Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video I'm going to show you some more of my 1-64 diecast cars. So if you like those diecast cars, please stay with me to the end of this video, because besides these cars I'm going to show some more very interesting model cars. And also, don't forget to subscribe my channel, to click the bell for news, give me a thumbs up. So let's unbox these cars and take a better look at them. First car I have to show is 1962 Chevrolet Bel Air. This is made by Johnny Lightning in 1-64 scale in a Gold Series diecast cars, and they look really awesome. Johnny Lightning really has very nice castings and makes a very high quality products, but this Gold Series products are even more sophisticated than the regular ones. And this 62 Bel Air is a very nice looking car in this very nice green color, and we can see the wheels and tires. The tires are made of rubber actually. The front grille with the headlights, and it's got an opening hood, and the interior that's very detailed, and the tail lights, they're also very well made. As we look at the front of this car, we can see the grille mesh is very well made. We can see the Chevrolet badge, and you can even read Chevrolet written right here at the tip of the hood. This car has got an opening hood with a very nice V8 underneath the hood. It's very well detailed engine bay for a 1-64 model. The engine is a 409. We can actually read. The interior looks very nice. The steering wheel is very realistic. Dashboard, gear lever, seats, door panels. The windows are very well have very good transparency, and the trim, as well as those tail lights, emblems, and badges. This trim is very well made, and the bumper is very well made as well. The bottom of the car is very realistic. It's all made in black. The engine is in correct color, the mufflers, and the gas tank, wheels and tires. So all details are supposed to be here are actually here. This is a very nice casting, really, by Johnny Lightning. Next model we have is a Mopar, is 1969 Dodge Dart GTS. That's made by Johnny Lightning in the Gold Series as well. In this gold color, just like the Dodge Dart I've shown before in a 1/18 scale. And this car is really outstanding. As we can see, the trim, the tail lights, bumper, wheels and tires, headlights, all details are very well made in a 1-64 scale. So this is a car that's approximately 2.5 inches long. We cannot forget that. So it's really amazing the way they do details in this size. Front grille with a trim, headlights and blinkers, just like the real car. The trim around the wheel wells, a GTS badge, red wall tire, and dog dish hubcaps. Very nice interior. This interior is black, so it's a little more difficult to show. The vinyl roof is a paint with texture. Chrysler Corporation logo, which represents 3 divisions, Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth. Stripe with the GT Sport, and a rear direction light. Tail lights and a trim, amazingly detailed. This car has got a 340 engine. You can see the engine, the tranny, drive shaft, differential, gas tank, and all details. They're here. The windows are slightly green tinted and look very realistic. Windshield wipers and the front seats. 340 V8 engine in the engine bay. Even made a battery. That's amazing. Shuts correctly as well. Here I have one more Dart. That's a 1971 Dodge Dart. That's made by Auto World, and this and another collection that's a premium collection, just like the GOAT series by Johnny Lightning. And I would say that, speaking of perfection, Auto World makes about the best diecast 1 to 64 cars. And I really appreciate this 1971 Dart. 1970 Dodge Darts started changing with the new front and the new rear. And from 1970 to 1971, the differences were slight, really. They had the bumper guards in the front and the rear and new tail lights. In 1972, a new grille. And then 1973, a completely new front. This Dart Swinger, rally wheels, white wall tires, logo, the trim, the interior that looks very nice. We can see the steering wheel, the dashboard, the vinyl roof that's made in black with a texture just like that Johnny Lightning one. New tail lights that look very nice in this painting. They are cast in metal and painted on, and very well painted on actually. A Dodge logo and a front grille with headlights and bumper guards. Looks fantastic. Just like its Johnny Lightning counterpart, it has the opening hood with a V8 engine that looks fantastic. But this engine bay here is even more detailed than that one by Johnny Lightning. It's got even the reservoir and the grooving we see in the inner fender, just like we see in a 1 to 18 diecast cars. This looks really fantastic. Very realistic grille, blinkers, headlights, and bumper guards. And a very nice base, although Johnny Lightning has more painted details. Wheels and tires are in very nice proportion. As we put the two darts side by side, we can compare them and see they are both great cars. In this side, there's this tiny detail in this line here that's a little more realistic in Johnny Lightning, and a vent window that's vertical in Johnny Lightning instead of having this slope as we find in the Auto World. But both cars are very well made and pretty much correct. So here I have one more Johnny Lightning to show. That's a 1966 Mustang hardtop that's made by Johnny Lightning in the GOAT series. This car is a masterpiece. It's got a very nice color, this beige color with the vinyl roof, black vinyl roof actually. Wheels and tires and trims and all details are very well made. Headlights and auxiliary lights for 66, the Mustang logo, and a Ford letters here, the hood, windshield wipers, a dashboard, a very nice interior. We can see the steering wheel, the seats, the vinyl roof looks great. Tail lights are cast in metal and very realistic, very well made. Reverse lights and mufflers are also fantastic. Wheels and tires, those are wheel covers and all Mustang badges and logos and all that stuff. Engine bay with a Ford engine, and the bottom, the Mustang is a unibody, so really looks very realistic. The engine, the tranny, the mufflers, structure, that's a unibody, so we have the front frame and the rest of a car that's all integrated. The wheels and tires in the right proportion, the rear axle, the differential, and the gas tank. Looks really awesome. One more Mustang, that's a 1967 GT fastback that's made by Auto World in a 1 to 64 scale. That's really amazing the way they do this. They make these cars. Details are very nice. You can see trims, wheels and tires, handles, tail lights, headlights, bumpers, and every single detail we find in a real car we find in this one, and it's a 2.5-inch long car only. Grille, the badge, and lights and auxiliary lights are very realistic. Directional lights, wheels and tires, GT stripe, Interior, fake iron takes, and these grooves, these louvers here, taillights, and a Mustang logo and a gas cap are very realistic. This is a 1:64 scale. The base looks really great. And the engine, fantastic. It's a very nice engine bay. Very nice car. This is the other Mustang I have is a 1971 Mach 1. This one just doesn't have that rear wing just like that one I've shown in the 1:18 scale made by Auto Art. And this Mustang is really awesome. It's really well made with the top quality. As we can see, there's a lot of detail in this car. 429 rim air engine, which looks perfect really. We can see the engine bay with a lot of detail in a 1:64 scale. So this car is perhaps 3 inches long. Really couldn't. There's a lot of detail for this size of car. Front grille, the headlights and auxiliary lights, and a badge that really look perfect. The blinkers, the black stripes, the pinstripes for the Mach 1. The Mach 1 logo right here, which is a decal, and it's perfect. The interior of the car we can't see much because it's made in black and it's a small scale. And the rear, which is very realistic really. If we compare to that one at the 1:18 scale, really do not lose any detail from a bigger scale to a smaller scale. A dual exhaust, and the base of a car that's made in metal, and there's a lot of detail in it. One thing I like a lot about those Auto World cars is we can read the logos actually. So it's Mach 1, Mustang. We can read a 429 rim air on the hood, the front grille with the trim and the Mustang badge, the blinkers and the headlights, the bumpers. As we open the hood, the engine, and even the hood latch right here that Auto World has reduced in a 1:64 scale. So this is a 2.5 inch long car, really. That's amazing. The rear of a car with the taillights, that honeycomb mesh, and the trim between the taillights, and the Mach 1 on the trunk lid and the gas cap. So every single detail was taken care of. Speaking of Mustangs, there's one more Mach 1, 1971 Mach 1 made by Auto World. But this one is made in white with all stripes and details. This one has got a spoiler, just like that 1:18 one I've shown before. And it really looks amazing. Looks fantastic, really. As we look a little bit closer and open the hood, we can see the engine and the engine bay. That's very well taken care of, just like that yellow one we've seen before. And the Mach 1 logo right here in the front fender, that's really, we're even able to read. There's one at the trunk lid we can read as well. This car was featured in Car and Driver magazine. And tail lights and the honeycomb mesh between them, that looks really amazing. I'm not really crazy about this wing here, but since it's part of a car, I'm just going to leave the way it is. And the lines of the car is really excellent. We cannot forget, and we can never forget really, this car is made in 1:64 scale, so it's 2.5 inches long only. It's a very small model car, and it's really amazing the way Auto World has done this car. I really like this casting. One more car that's a very nice casting by Auto World is 1966 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442. That's really amazing. I really like the way this car looks, the shape of this car, and the way that Auto World has made this model car. And I've shown this car before, but with a different color and different variation made by Auto World as well. But this black one is really amazing. It's great. As we look a little bit closer, we can see the grille and the front bumper and the headlights. the trim that goes all the way in a fake air intake right here, just like the one we've seen in that 1 to 18 scale. The bucket seats and the dashboard, and the 442 logo and the Oldsmobile logo and the 442 right here in the trunk lid, and the taillights that look very realistic. This car was from Car and Driver magazine. You can see those fins, they're typical of Oldsmobiles as well as the Pontiac GTOs. So this car is really amazing. It's a body and chassis, so we can see the chassis, the mufflers, the engine and training, and all details that are here in the base. This is really perfect. The wheels and tires are also fantastic. I really like this car. And as we look at the engine bay, we can see the Oldsmobile engine. That air filter just like the one we've seen in a 1 to 18 scale. So this is an amazing car. It's an amazing model car. Ranking those cars from 0 to 10, I would give it a 10. I would give them a 10. I would give it 10 to every one of them. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, to give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think about the cars and about the video in your comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.